Here is the new game. Let's see how successful we will be this time. Okay, we have to use if else, again nested one. So you see we have an outer and inner if else. So find the nearest enemy. If there is an enemy, do this. Else, if there is no enemy, say I don't see any enemies. And if is an enemy, then we have another if. If the enemy is Munchkin, say I see a Munchkin. If it's not a Munchkin, then say I see some other kind of enemy. Okay? And we have to be very careful with indentation, so that everything, you see, this if is in this level, and this second inner if is in this level. If all this was in one line, it wouldn't work, because we always have to indent what is part of the code that goes under if or under else. So let's start the level. So we can put one if statement within another if statement. This is this nested statements, as we mentioned before. And it's helpful if we start with outer. So first start with outer to understand what is in the outer, and then we move to the inner one. Okay, so we have an outer if and then else. So if there is an enemy, do something. Else, move back to 4034. Okay, so what do we do if there is an enemy? So now we have another if. So let's create an if something, and then we will do something, and else we will do something else. So if the distance is less than 5 meters, then attack. Else, enemy is too far, so then we use a shield. So we are missing also one variable, distance 2. So var distance 2 equals, let's see if we have it here, distance 2. It's called distance, var distance, and then we use this distance 2, and then the target. So the target is enemy. So we have an enemy here. Okay, so we define the enemy, and here we define the distance, and now we say if the distance is less than 5 meters, we attack, else we use shield. So go, try to solve it, come back, we solve it together again. Okay, so this is how we wrote the piece of code for this room. So first we have an enemy, then we say if the enemy is present, we do this, else we move the character back to the center. So, and if there is an enemy, we have another variable, distance, that measures the distance from us to the enemy. And if the distance is less than 5, then we attack the enemy, else we shield ourselves. But there is a problem. When we try to run, it says we don't have this function shield. And why we don't have it? Because here we didn't click on it. So we have to go back and take care that the shield action is basically available to us. So now we can go back to the game, and now the method will be available to us. As you can see, shield is now here, and we can use it, and if we now run the code, it should work. So if there's an enemy, and if it gets close, we attack. Otherwise we shield. So we shield, shield, attack. Shield, 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 attack. So we use a shield or we attack. And if there is no enemy, we are back to the middle. Now it looks that the hero is standing the whole time, but he or she is moving a little bit always when she attacks the enemies that comes closer than 5 units to her. So great job, our heroine. Perfect. You brought us to the next level. Bravo.